Hi, I'm Molly Hazle. I teach art at East Hardin, and this is going to be attaching clay features. Now, no matter what you're making, if you're making any kind of creature or animal, whether it's a bird made with one pinch pot, a gargoyle made with two, it doesn't matter. You're still going to attach features the same way. If you're going to make anything with flat, large ears or wings or something that's going to be flat and rather flimsy like this, I would suggest you waiting a little bit, maybe doing the solid things like noses or eyes first. So if we're making eyes, your eyes sit in an eye socket. They don't just sit on your face. So we're going to create an area for these eyes to sit using just our thumbs. So you're going to press holes. So if you want your features to sit in your clay, just make your little eye sockets, little indentions yourself with your thumb. And then the eyes are just going to be made making two little BB shapes. Now, whether or not you're making a gargoyle or a bird, it doesn't matter. Eyes are all made the same. So just make sure that both are the same shape. Again, with anything, we always score and slip. So you're going to rough it up with your clay tool. It doesn't matter if you have a knife or a fork or a nice clay tool. It doesn't matter. Just make sure that both surfaces have water and are scored using tools. Then you're just going to press them in there. And then we have the start of our eyes. Now, the step everybody forgets is attaching, is after you've attached it, is get rid of that seam. So you're gonna take your tool in there and you're gonna go around and you're just gonna squish it on there where you don't see that seam anymore. That will guarantee it not popping out, okay? So you're gonna do that to both. Then, if you want to add anything to it, you can use the back of a pencil. I've got the back of a paintbrush, a tool, and say I wanted a little eyeball there. You could indent for your pupil to make them look like eyes. Let's say I wanted mine to look sleepy and make some eyelids. You could just make a little worm shape by rolling your hands back and forth. Squeeze it. Don't forget to score and slip. Just for time purposes, I'm not going to score and slip everything. And if I wanted to attach it just like that, and don't forget to get rid of the seam, I've just made a little eyelid. Now the nose is made into a triangular shape. You're actually going to start with a ball shape like this, just like you did with the eyes. Okay. Then you're going to pinch using your pinchers, your forefinger and your thumb. You're going to pinch one side to form more of a triangle. Okay. So one pointy side and one flat side. That kind of forms a triangular shape. Okay. Then I'm going to kind of press it down here because you know the top of your nose is narrower than the bottom. Okay, and you start with like a triangular shape. That doesn't really look like a nose yet, but the best tool I think is to take a back of a pen or pencil or your eraser, and if you stick them in like this, you create your nostril holes, and then it ends up being the shape of a nose. And then don't forget to score and slip. Now with a gargoyle, he's kind of an exaggerated feature, so the nose can be bigger than normal. And don't forget to add your slip and attach. Now when you attach the nose, if you don't like the shape of it, you can always squeeze and change the shape of the nose once he's on there. Okay, now for the mouth, if we're making a gargoyle, we'll want to open the mouth. Before you do that, let's not forget about our wings or our ears or something that has bigger shape like that, that's more flimsy. The reason why you don't want to make these ahead of time is because you do not want them to, when you attach them, to sag. You want them to harden up a little. So I would go ahead and pause what you're doing after you make eyes and nose, or if you're making a bird after you make the beak. Pause. Let's make a patty, like a hamburger shape. If we wanted to make some texture on our wings or belly, we could use some of these textured rollers I have, and you can change these out and put different kinds on if you have that available in your classroom. Or you could make man-made texture using a knife. I did that to provide the crisscrossing here. Okay, you want to make it thicker than you want your wing to be, or your ear, whatever you're making, and then you'll just roll that on there, and it creates your texture. Now it's going to be glazed, so if you get little clay bits in there, it's not going to be a big deal. Okay, now you're just gonna cut your wing out. So say I wanted to make a wing for my gargoyle or an ear, you'll just make the shape of your wing with the knife. I'm gonna make an ear since it's a gargoyle. It's gonna have a textured ear. So I'm gonna cut out this shape. And if you want two ears exactly the same shape, you're gonna put one on top of the other and cut it out. Okay, and then once you score and slip, get your ear on there, shape it, bend it, however you wanna make. You could fold it down if he wants little folded down ears. And you can do whatever you want. Now the last step is gonna be the mouth. If I made a thing using 2 pinch pots, it will be hollow in the middle. So all I'll do, I'm gonna dip it in the water a little bit, is you're going to cut an incision in there, just straight across. The bigger the incision, the bigger the mouth will be. And then just pinch his little cheeks and his mouth will start to open. Then you can shape it however you want. If you want to add lips, you can roll those out and attach those on. And the wider you make it, the bigger his mouth will be. And you notice the newspapers inside that will disintegrate in the kiln. And that's how you add features.